Okay. We're not doing the intro, correct? Like the video? No. I mean, you can edit it in afterwards. Okay, so I'll do the countdown then. 5, 4. Hey everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of Shooting the Breeze. This is a pre-recorded edition because this would normally come out on a Thursday, which this year falls A, on Christmas Eve, and B, on New Year's Eve. And this is the New Year's Eve episode. It's just going to be me and Ben. We're just going to be sitting here, and we're actually going to be talking about two movies of our that we love personally, that we feel gets crapped on a little too much. Now, first, how are you doing, Ben?
I'm doing well. It's Sunday and I'm good.
Right on. Like, I'm in the midst of my vacation, so it's a very lazy day for me. It actually took a lot for me to get off the couch to come do this, to be honest. I was just too comfy.
Hopefully that will be fun for you.
Oh, yes. And like I said, we're talking about two movies that we both love, that we feel is unfairly shat upon. One of them from our youth, the other one from around the time we graduated high school. Which one do you want to start off with, Ben? Okay, we'll start it like I just said. We'll start with the one that came out when we were a kid. It is directed by Steven Spielberg, and it stars Robin Williams and Dustin Hoffman. It is the one and only Hook. The only critique I will have of this movie as an adult is it is too long. But other than that, it is so good. I don't understand why people shit on it.
Me neither, man. I just watched it the other day. And, man, I can tell you, it's in my top 5 of all time. Emotional depth. They give you all these characters. To Peter, to Will, as you are thinking about, to all of them.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Yeah, it just hits me every time I watch it. What about you?
Oh, God damn it. I'm 100% with you there. Sorry, allergies. All that stuff. I do not have COVID. It's allergies. No, I'm with you 100% there. It's a movie that's been with me pretty much since it came out on VHS. It's a movie. I don't watch it like every year or whatever, but I still watch it every couple years, and it's still, the boo box scene still creeps me the hell out, and it still fills me with all the sense of wonder and amazement that I had when I saw it when it came out in, what was it, 1992?
91.
Was it 91? Yes, 1991. So, how did you first come across this film?
I want to say I actually saw it in a theater.
Wow, you were young.
91, I was 4, you were the same age.
Yeah.
Maybe I saw the tape, I don't remember, I just remember loving it right off the mat.
So this is one of those, like, I don't remember a lot from when I was a kid. I don't know if it's because I blocked a lot of it out or what, but this is one of those ones that I remember. And I remember it was Easter. Now, don't ask me the year. I think it was 1992, maybe 93. I don't 100% remember the year. But I do remember it was Easter. And we went to my grandma's house. And she's like, back then, you know, I don't know if people still do this now, but you would get gifts for Easter and stuff. And my grandma's like, your gift is on the living room table. And I went, and it was a gift basket with, like, chalk and stuff. And in there was a VHS copy of Hook. And I was like, oh, what's this? And my grandma's like, oh, it's Peter Pan and all that stuff. So we watched it, and no pun intended, I was hooked from then on. And I do remember as a kid where, like, I still have the VHS tape, but I wore a hole through it almost.
Do you have a favorite part of the movie?
A favorite part? You know, I'd as an adult, I probably would put the scene where Peter remembers who he is up there. On an emotional beat, I'd probably put the death of Rufio up there. And I actually would also put the fight between Peter and Hook, but specifically the moment where his kids finally come back to him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. Oh,
I
and
don't care.
one more. It's
Okay.
when the kids, the Lost Boys, are talking to Peter, and do you remember your mother?
Yes.
Yeah, that's another one. There's a lot of good moments in there, and of course, as a 4-year-old, 4 or 5-year-old, that boo box scene scared the shit out of me. That's actually the only scene for years I would fast forward.
How old were you when you realized who that pirate was?
Oh, I was probably late teens when I found that out.
I was, I was 24, I think. When
Okay, yeah, I was around the time I would have graduated high school is when I found out.
uh, when I was a kid, my favorite part was him remembering and him playing out of a cave.
Yeah,
Actually, that scene gives me vibe from the small finale. When Clark is
yeah,
in the cave and he goes through all his memories. Basically, that's it. But as an adult, when Peter first gets to the pirate ship at the
mm,
beginning of the movie, and he's quipping with Hook,
yeah. And then when he finds out this isn't Peter Pan, this is an old man.
there's a lot of great, like, adult jokes in that. Like, take out the weapon, that's the textbook.
Yep. Just puts what is it? He puts the pistol to it, shoots the checkbook, and it kills a pirate.
Reminder. Check and delete email.
Ben, is your computer talking dirty to you?
Yes.
So, over the years, have you picked up all the cameos in this movie?
I picked up four Phil Collins,
Yeah.
Carrie Fisher, George Lucas, Glenn Close. Is there anybody else?
Yeah, one of them I'm actually surprised with how many times you've seen it you didn't pick up because it's pretty obvious who it is. It's Gwyneth Paltrow as a young Wendy in the flashback at the beginning.
Yeah, well, it's at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is it at the end? I thought it was at the beginning. But yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course Glenn Close, and then Jimmy Buffett is a pirate in there,
Nice.
and so is oh god, fuck, what's his name? David Crosby, the musician from Crosby, Stills and Nash. He's actually a pirate who I think has a couple scenes in the movie. Let's see, yeah, Carrie Fisher, of course. For those who are Rocky fans, Tony Burton is in this movie. He plays Apollo Creed's trainer in the Rocky movies. He's a pirate in here.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he you mostly see him during the boo box scene.
Okay. Oh, that's him? I didn't
That's
know.
him. That's Tony Burton. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's Duke. Yeah, but yeah, no. Overall, this is I might go back and watch it tonight. I don't know, but it's a movie that's filled with whimsy and trying to remember who you are and remembering what is important to you. So for me, it hits on all cylinders there. It doesn't drag, even though I did say it didn't need to be as long as it is. It doesn't drag. There's just so much to catch you in there. There's so many great great catchphrases and lines from there. Like obviously everybody knows Bangarang. Yeah.
The last one of the movie has to be one of my favorite lines. To them, it's an absolute mega.
Yeah.
And that applies anytime, anywhere, by anyone.
Yeah. Now, you know whose job I didn't envy on this movie? The person who had to wax Robin Williams' chest. Oh! Oh my god.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice, wasn't it?
A little bit.
I really found out the other day. You know the kids in the play at the beginning of the movie when we see the Peter Pan play.
Yeah.
I think Peter Pan actor is Dustin Hoffman's son.
He's not okay. He's not in the play. He's actually a little league ball player, but yes, he is in the movie. I've got the IMDb credits right in front of me right now. Yeah.
And you know who became pilot? Who talks about speaker?
No.
That's Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Now, what did you think of Dustin Hoffman as Hook? Like,
Really,
perfect.
really. She was really all of that.
Of course, of course, and Robin Williams, like, this was my first introduction to who Robin Williams was because of how young I was when I saw this. So when you look back and you think, his name is Robin Williams, and you see this, and it's just like, Robin Williams was a damn good actor.
And how about Bob Hoskins as Mr. Smee?
Oh God, I love Bob Haskins as Mr. Smee. Smee, that's me. I'm Smee.
Did you ever see what TV movie Neverland?
Sorry, say that again.
Did you ever see that TV movie Neverland?
The TV movie Neverland. No, I've seen. You're not talking the Johnny Depp movie, are you?
No, that's
I was just saying
something
Finding
else.
Neverland. Yeah.
Yeah. The TV movie Neverland is a prequel to Peter Pan.
I can't say I have.
You see the Amazing Spider-Man, right? Of
course.
The one with the lizard?
Yeah, of course.
That actor who plays the lizard?
Reese
plays-
Funds?
Yeah, I haven't think about his name. He's in Captain Hook. And Bob Hoskins reprised his voice, Mr. Smee.
I've never heard of this.
Yep.
Neverland.
It was a
Okay.
2-night miniseries.
When?
When is it 2011?
Oh, that would explain it. Okay, because I'm like looking at his early thing, like, what the hell are you talking about? There it is. Neverland plays Jimmy Hook. Yeah, no, I've never heard of this. Keira Knightley's in it as Tinkerbell, really?
It's worth watching. It's definitely worth watching.
Yeah, I've never heard of this. So basically, it's like an Oliver Twist type of thing.
Yeah, but at the end of the second part, because it's 2 parts, you do get to live with it and you see that classic Peter Pan trope. You
Nice.
see the movements, you see Fitna, you see how he uses his hand, Captain Hook.
If I can watch it, I will gladly watch it. I just don't know at this point where I'd be able to get it.
I think it's on iTunes. I think it's on iTunes.
Yeah, I'll definitely look into it. So yeah, so what did you think of how they played around with the mythos of Peter Pan? Because I mean, they did have elements that we know, like the alligator and stuff like that. But how do you think they presented it as later in time?
I found it really cool. I have the game, and I always try to figure out how old Peter Pan is in that movie. Because he had got to be at least a couple hundred years old.
I'd probably put it around close to 100. Oh yeah, because if you look at the clues, like he was born in the Victorian era,
Right?
and then obviously he didn't grow up at all, and then until he met his wife, and that's when he gave up the youthfulness.
Right.
So yeah, he has to be around 100 at that point.
And,
He's younger than Granny Wendy, that's for sure.
oh yeah, definitely. Well, yeah. And can we talk about Maggie Smith as Wendy?
Yes. Again, the first movie I ever saw her in. This was before I saw Sister Act. Yeah, she's the head nun in Sister Act.
One of my blind spots, evidently.
Get on that. It's on Disney Plus.
I know. But yeah, she was great as Wendy.
Yeah,
kind
no,
of,
she was great, 100%. Definitely played the old wizened Wendy very well.
kind of weird to see her look older there than she did in Harry
It's
Potter.
She looks older in that movie than she does now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the things I liked is how you could tell that even though she's playing a person that is significantly older than Peter, you can definitely tell she still loves him.
Oh yeah, no, that scene where you're like, if she's hitting on him, that's clear.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like how they pretty much with his backstory he gives up his usefulness. He gets adopted by Granny Wendy and grows up to be a fucking yuppie, a workaholic yuppie who's afraid of flying.
What did you think?
Oh, Toodles was amazing. But and that's funny. Like, I mean, at the time, I had no idea who this character was, and even for a long time, I didn't realize Toodles was an original character in the book because I don't think he's in the animated movie at all.
No, I don't. I haven't rewatched that other one again.
Yeah, yeah,
I know the problem about it.
yeah. But yeah, no, the actor at the very end when fucking Toodles is flying off. I mean, that's just amazing. He finally gets his witch.
If I know the problem marbles. The whole movie lost his marbles.
Yeah, I like it early in the movie. He's like, I'm looking for my marbles, and Peter makes a joke about it. It's like,
What did you think of the kids? Maggie and
they were
Jack.
kids. I mean, they were good in the role. Like, I mean, they're nothing to write home about. None of them. Neither of them act anymore. The one who plays the son, the last movie he did was Can't Hardly Wait.
Wow.
Yeah, and the person who plays the daughter has only got two. I just looked it up. Has 2 credits to her name.
I have a feeling Samantha was going with that daughter and then trying to capture the fruit animals he had in E.T.
Yeah, which unfortunately, that's one instance where you can't catch lightning in a bottle.
Right.
Yeah.
What did you think of the wife?
She was fine. She was fine. She's actually the mom in Princess Diaries.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen either of them.
Oh, forget Princess Diaries is a guilty pleasure of mine. I love that movie, but yeah, she's the mom in that movie. Now I will say this: this is probably one of John Williams' most underrated scores.
100%, I agree. I love it. I love that score.
Yeah, and I mean, like, his score is so good that's actually been used in a lot of teaser trailers over the years. Yeah, I mean, every once in a while you'll hear it, parts of the score in a trailer, and I think it might have actually. Don't quote me on this, but I think it actually was used for Amblin Entertainment for a while. Yeah.
I remember I remember watching a trailer for Hear the Mighty Duck.
Oh yeah.
And I hear the music and it sounds so familiar to me. You know what music is, right?
I haven't seen that trailer in like 20 odd years, 25 years.
Yeah, but I hear him.
Really? I'll have to look that up after.
You can't hear it, but I guess I heard it. I hear that.
I wouldn't be surprised because I know scores get used a lot. Like I said, temp scores when they're doing the pacing of the movie, and like I said, in teaser trailers and stuff like that. So I'll have to look at it. I'll have to look at that. That's pretty funny. Yeah. So okay. So overall, what are your lasting impressions of Hook? Because I mean, you said it was in your top 5.
Yeah, and this is my top 5, and I don't even think it's going to be my top 5 anytime soon. I absolutely love this movie. It's a classic.
Yeah.
And I can watch it and easy once a year, maybe twice a year.
Yeah, it's one of those movies I think is unfairly punished. I don't know if punished is the right word, but I mean, it's one of those movies where you just sit down and you watch it. You don't have to critique everything.
It's weird. Even Spielberg doesn't like it. I
Yeah,
don't
which is
understand
weird.
Spielberg.
Yeah, I don't get it either. But I mean, I know for people of our generation, man, it is a staple, 100%, and it stays with you.
And I'm sorry, it's my favorite Robin Williams movie. I know he made other better movies, but I will always have that as my
Yeah,
number one.
this is definitely up there for me, but mine will always be Mrs. Doubtfire.
That's my number two, and then I think Good Will Hunting is my number three.
I'd probably put Mrs. Doubtfire as number one. This is number two, and Genie's number three.
Fuck, I forgot
Actually,
about three.
Genie in this one could easily switch.
I remember, you remember the actors in this one? I remember the damn animators in Atlanta.
Yeah, basically they did a reverse because normally when you do the voice recording, you recording to the stuff they've already done, but with this one they just nope, they did the animation to Robin Williams because literally all they did, like perfect example, the scene at the beginning when he's the Arabian the peddler. They just literally put a table of stuff in front of Robin Williams with a blanket over it. He had no idea, pulled it off, and he just riffed on everything, and most of that appears in the movie.
God damn, I missed
Did you
that.
ever see the recording of them doing that?
No, when you said that to me, that sounds great.
Oh, for sure. I know it's on the DVD and Blu-ray. It has to be on YouTube somewhere. It's yeah. I will find it and send it to you. But anyways, let's go on to our next movie, which is the movie I have personally seen the most in theaters because you got to remember about when it came out. It came out in 2006, and at that time, there wasn't that many superhero movies. And particularly, it had been 20 years since we'd last seen this character on screen. It was Bryan Singer's Superman Returns. I do understand some of the critiques in this movie. You know, the emo Superman, it's a little on the boring side. I kind of get that, but the stuff that works for me, it definitely outweighs those things. Like Brandon Routh, thank God they let him be Superman again in Crisis on Infinite Earth so you could see and remember just how good of a Superman he was. He was amazing in that movie.
I want a Brandon Routh Superman TV show on HBO Max. I want the price it's in for me. I want him
He's still young
to.
enough. It could be done.
Hell, he's off of mentions now. Why not give him Superman?
Well, it's because he's doing another TV show.
Which one?
I can't remember. It's a new TV show.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. But like I said, he's still young enough. And I mean, he definitely has the love for that character that I could see him. I can see it happening at some point.
Yeah, this is, for me, I really enjoy this movie.
Mm-hmm. Me
It's
too.
probably my favorite iteration of Superman.
Really?
I know Christopher Reeve is the best, and Henry Cavill is like a new hot thing.
Henry Cavill is good as Superman. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I agree, he's great. But I feel like Brandon Routh is a perfect combination of the old-timey classic and the new
Yeah.
modern era. He can do all the action stuff and still be that she was happy-go-lucky Superman.
Yeah, he definitely he does what Christopher Reeve did so best when it comes to differentiating between the two characters, and he puts his own spin on it, and it works 100%. Like my favorite example is actually it's hand in hand with my favorite scene. Funny enough, okay, so we'll do my favorite scene first. It's when he meets Lois on the roof, and she's trying to give him shit for about leaving, and he flies her around and he explains why he left and what it's like to be him. Like, do you hear that? She's like, I hear nothing. He's like, no, I hear everything. And so that's my favorite scene in the movie. But then the best representation of his version of the Clark Kent thing is right after that, after Lois comes down on the elevator from that scene, and you see Clark in the background, and they're like, Clark could be. And then they look, and he's like got this Chinese food in his mouth. He's like, hey, and they're like, nah.
What do you mean? I know everybody knows doing, but we have to talk about it. The airplane scene.
I loved it. I loved it. It's a perfect homage to the very first time we meet Superman in Superman the movie. He even says the same line, flying is still the safest mode of transportation. He says the exact same line.
Yep. And he pulls it off. He pulls it off 100%.
Yep.
And the fun of it, when the music's going, him ripping off the shirt. And then pure Superman.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know people give this shit, and I kind of wish that we could have had more of this, but I'm okay with the fact that the kid's his Superman's son, but I love the scene at the very end when he is in the room, and he's talking to the kid who's sleeping, and again, he's saying the exact same thing that Jor-El said in the first one, in the original Reeve one. So what do you think of Kate Bosworth as Lois Lane? Personally, I don't think she's the greatest Lois Lane. She was good enough, but...
I don't really hate her. I like it. I'm with you. She's fine. She's good. And I don't get the hate with her.
Yeah. And then this is the movie that why James Marsden was killed off in X-Men.
Yeah.
Because they were filming at the same time.
I like that character, but... I'm gonna agree with him. What about you?
He was there for the plot, and it was fine. James Marsden is a good actor. He did what he needed to do.
I will say this movie gave us a great Jimmy Olsen and a great Perry White.
Yes, Frank Langella is Perry White, and Sam Worthington. No, what's his name? Shit.
Yeah, I know.
Detroit Rock City. Yeah. That's what another movie he's in. Sam Huntington. Yeah. No, Sam Huntington was a great Jimmy Olsen, but we'd be remiss. I know he's persona non grata, but we'd be very remiss if we didn't talk about Kevin Spacey's Lex Luthor. I think this is the best cinematic Lex Luthor we've had. Not the best Lex Luthor. That's still Michael Rosenbaum. But the best cinematic one is hands down Kevin Spacey.
We put him above Hackman?
This is better than Hackman for me.
Because
Hackman was more on the campier side. I mean, you did get a little bit of that with Spacey, but Spacey's an evil son of a bitch, and he brought that to the character. It was perfect balance. He was Lex Luthor.
Yeah. I agree. I'm still hoping Frank one day will get Bryan Cranston as Lex Luthor.
I think the time for that's past.
Really?
If we were to do if there was by chance to get another Brandon Routh doing, like you said, in the miniseries and have him be an older Superman, then I could see Bryan Cranston coming in to do Lex Luthor because it is older. But I mean, right now, if you were to reboot it, I think he's too old. Not that I don't think he'd be perfect for it. It's just I think at this point, if you were to reboot Superman, he'd be too old for Lex Luthor.
Well, let me ask you this. Okay, we had Man of Steel and we had Batman v Superman. And we had his guys doing this, whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
Could we see in the everything of Man of Steel 2? They made up point in calling Jesse Jr. and Batman v Superman.
You think we'll get Lionel?
No, it wouldn't be Lex Luthor Sr. It wouldn't be Lionel. It would be Lex Luthor Sr. Could that be Bryan Cranston?
Yes, you could definitely have Bryan Cranston do that. That would be good because then if you were to go by comic books, the father is just as fucking evil, which we got obviously in Smallville. But I mean, in canon, he's an abusive, angry, alcoholic son of a bitch.
And I think Ryan could pull that off 100%.
Yeah.
Given the right material.
Oh, of course, Bryan Cranston can pull anything off. And I want to give a special shout out to John Ottman's score. I know he's I know he's doing his own versions of the John Williams score, which is hands down my favorite John Williams score, but I love what Ottman was able to do and make it his own. Like, there's a track on there, which is, again, part of my favorite scene, but it's Why Did You Leave Us? And it just underlays all the emotions to that scene, and even listening to it on its own, like, you get where it's going, and it's so good.
So let me ask you, I can't remember if it's canon or not, but people say there's a direct sequel to Superman 2.
Well,
Do you mind into that?
yes, I do, but it's not a direct sequel, it's a spiritual successor. It is what it is, because Bryan Singer, again, persona non grata, has gone on record multiple times saying the Donner films were definitely a template for this, and it is a continuation of the story of the first two, ignoring 3 or 4. So it is a sequel in a way, but it's more of a spiritual successor to it. Okay. Even though, yes, we did get Brando returning as Jor-El. Right. So, I mean, yeah, it is definitely the same universe. It is supposed to be the same character, but is more a spiritual successor than anything else.
I knew that. I mean, I forgot. Have you seen Harold and Kumar?
Of course.
I knew that. I mean, I'm a very silent child fan in this movie.
Oh, yeah, I know. I was totally unexpected to see him as a henchman.
I don't think he had maybe one line. And like, really? You got him for one line?
Yeah. I know. Well, when this came out, like, I don't think Harold and Kumar was out yet. Oh, no. Okay, when this had come out, yes, he had done Harold and Kumar and he had done Van Wilder, but I mean, he wasn't like the Kal Penn we know him as now, I guess.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Because, I mean, this was his last major movie before he went and entered Obama's administration.
Was it before or after he was on House?
House. Well, he quit House to do that.
No, I know that.
So he was on House from 07 to 09, so yeah.
Okay. I remember forgetting how he exited House. Well, yeah, I'm guessing the writers were not happy with that.
I don't know what I've seen a couple episodes of House, but I'm not familiar with what happened.
They may had him commit suicide off the screen.
Ugh. Why?
They didn't really give a reason. There was like no bill number or anything. They just, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, writers, now we know how you really feel.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, that's just strange. You could tell they didn't have any idea what to do with him.
Yeah. Have you heard about the more hit sequel to this? The one that involves Brainiac?
I've heard mention of it. Like, I've heard mention of a lot of different Superman movies.
I mean, I can't remember exactly. I'm sure it's on Wikipedia or something. But something with like Kid and Brainiac was going to come into play in the Superman Returns sequel.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know. Yes, I have heard of that plan, and unfortunately we never got it. It's like we never got a lot of those ideas.
What do you think would have been done? Man of Steel or sequel to Superman Returns?
In hindsight, I think Man of Steel was the better way to go, because I mean, this is, like I said, it's the continuation, spiritual successor to the Donner films. Like, we needed something new, and that is definitely what we got, whether you like it or not, with Man of Steel.
Is one of your favorites?
Man of Steel? Oh yeah, it's up there.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to bring up?
I mean, no. I mean, we pretty much touched on it. Like, there's a lot of good stuff in here. I like it when Superman gets shot in the eye and you see that every part of him is vulnerable. Or invulnerable, I should say.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts of him is doing his Superman stuff, that first time
Yeah.
back, going new, yeah, like catching thieves and saving the woman who was working for that. And the almost,
Yeah, the with the car. Yeah.
yeah,
Action Comics
that,
number one.
that was beautiful.
Yeah, I
That
do
was,
like Parker Posey in this movie as the foil, as the Miss Tessmacher, so to speak.
is that who he was playing?
No,
Or,
different original character,
okay.
but
What,
it was a Miss Tessmacher ish type person.
what did you think of the cameos from the previous Superman media iterations?
I
Like the
liked it. I
old,
liked that they had the one of the original Jimmy Olsen's as the bartender. I thought it was kind of nice. But I mean, oh yeah, and then you had Noel Nil as the old man, as the old lady. Sorry, in the beginning, which is how Luther
yeah,
gets the money back. Trying to think who else.
I think that might have been it. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I think they were the only two probably still alive. No, I liked it. I do like it when they bring or carrot people back just for a cameo as a thank you, I guess. And they use them only in cameos. I like it when they do that. It's to pay respects to the people who were before them.
Bumper does that too. I mean,
Yeah, oh
look
yeah, oh yeah,
at, look at Hulk. Lou Ferrigno had Lou Ferrigno.
yeah. And I mean, even in the Incredible Hulk movie, they did use part of Ferrigno for the Hulk's voice.
That movie is underrated.
It is, but because of a when it came out, and B that's a different actor, it kind of feels like it doesn't belong in the MCU at times.
I think they bring back Tim Roth as an abomination.
Yeah. Well, they did they say Tim Roth? Or did they just say Abomination?
No, they went out of the way to say Tim Roth.
Okay.
And they already brought back
Thunderbolt Ross.
Thunderbolt. Do you think they will ever bring back Penny?
At this point, I don't think so. I think Hulk has evolved. I think Bruce Banner in the MCU has evolved past Betty Ross. So I don't think we'll ever see her back. That one has been too long.
Okay, here's a question for you. Is She-Hulk? Oh, we're getting Mark Ruffalo. Are we getting Professor Hulk? Or are we getting that angry, out of control Hulk?
We'd have to get Professor Hulk because otherwise we'd be getting too many questions of where was She-Hulk during Endgame.
Well, I mean, couldn't you have the Hulk back force everything?
Sorry, say that again.
Couldn't you have something happen to Professor Hulk? Past everything to make it back into
You
regular
could,
Hulk?
you could, but I mean, the series will definitely take place after Endgame. But I mean, you
Oh,
could
yeah,
have something
yeah.
happen where he reverts back to the animalistic Hulk. Oh yeah,
I think that would have been cool. We haven't seen that Hulk in quite a while.
in 2 movies, we
Uh,
saw him briefly in Endgame. Remember,
you mean
or are you talking like Avengers Hulk, like the OG Avengers Hulk?
like the OG Avengers Hulk?
Okay, yeah. Then the last time we saw him was Ultron.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we could easily get that, but it's just a matter of what if like I mean I'm going to be happy with pretty much whatever they give me.
You know, at this point, I'm trust fighting with any movie they make.
Of course, after what 13 years, yeah, he's definitely earned our trust.
That's why when everybody is freaking out about the Spider-Man 3, I mean, look, let's wait and see what happens before we jump to that point.
Exactly. There's no point because honestly, none of us are going to be right. We're not the ones making it. Let's just wait and see what
And
happens.
then, have they ever let us down in the MCU before?
I say no, but I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are pissed that what they wanted to happen didn't happen.
Okay, that's true.
So yeah, is there anything else you wanted to say about these movies before we log off?
I know, it was great talking about them.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. They are great to talk about. They are, for what they did, they were good for what they tried to do. I personally think the flack they get is garbage, but
Okay, without looking it up, you know the Hawk wasn't tomato smoke.
I don't. Do you?
Yeah, it
Okay, so we're talking
was
critic or fan?
critic.
I'd probably say in the 30s.
27.
Ew.
Why? I mean, really? 27? Okay.
That's pretty horrible. I wonder what Superman Returns is.
Want to look that up?
I am doing that right now. Let's see if it'll give me that on IMDb. Oop, that's the video game. That video game was garbage.
I know.
Let's see if IMDb will give me that. Nope, it doesn't. So I'll have to actually hop on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see.
I think somewhere in the 50s.
Oh wow, it's actually higher than I thought.
I know.
75%.
Okay. Huh.
Just because based on all the flack that's gotten over the years, I thought it would have been lower. The audience score is 61.
Okay, well, let me ask you something. Outside of the movie space you're in, have you talked to anybody who doesn't like this movie?
Oh yeah.
Outside of the
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, some of my friends find it boring.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, no. So that has been this very special pre-taped New Year's Eve edition of Shooting the Breeze. I hope everyone out there had a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is you celebrate. I hope you're all safe, and same goes for the New Year's. Happy New Year to everybody. Definitely don't do anything stupid. Stay safe. Everything will be okay.
We're almost there. We're almost at the light of the potato. Is it like one more or two more or three more months?
Yeah, but man, 2020 just couldn't leave alone, man. 2 wrestler deaths in one day was like, God damn it.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't recognize that much.
The Luke Harper one just sucks. Dude's 41 years old.
Was it COVID?
No, it was it was a lung issue that was not related to COVID, apparently. And it's just like, man, like from what I'm seeing, like this was one good dude. Like I've not seen one bad thing about him. And it's just like, fuck you, 2020. You just couldn't leave well enough alone. Yeah, it annoys me. It sucks that he's gone. Let's leave it at that.
Who's the other one?
The other one was Danny Hodge. He was like an old-timey wrestler. It's probably like our grandfather's time. But he was considered, even as an old man, the strongest wrestler ever. Like, he could crush walnuts with his hand. Yeah.
Was his COVID or was it?
Oh, he was old. Danny Hodge was an old man.
Okay.
I think he was probably 80s, 90s when he died.
Well, I'm glad he got to live a full life, I guess.
Oh, yeah. One of the most well-respected men in both amateur and professional wrestling.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so with that, Happy New Year to everybody. Like I said, stay safe. Ben, where can everybody find you?
You can find me at my Twitter at bedridden2. You can find me every Saturday on Mount Showdown. You can also find me every Thursday right here on Shooting the Breeze. Every Saturday on Recapping the Past. I'll let you do the other one.
Okay, so and then also you can find both of us on Sundays on Get Sweaty with our co-hosts Soul, 50 Shades of Geek, and Jordan Anderson. Basically, we just we're given a top 5 subject. We come back, we discuss our picks. This upcoming one is top 5 Oh no, that's okay. Yeah, so the most recent one that'll drop because we're recording this before, but this drops after is top 5 movies with an all was it majority person of color cast. Yeah. So that's going to be a great discussion because I mean, there's going to be movies that I've probably never heard of come up.
Yeah, I'm really surprised, man. I forgot about some of them that I saw.
Yeah.
It would be fun.
Yeah, spoilers. I'm not including Black Panther on my list because that is obviously number 1. But for the sake of other movies,
Spoilers. I don't think it's on my list either.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, we'll have to see. So and then so you can find me there. You can also find me over my other channel, Schmoes of the North, where me and my friends Louis, Dave, and Daniel we break down the week in Schmoedown news. And every once in a while, we will interview people from inside the space, be it in front of the camera or outside of the camera. So most recent was none other than Jeff Snyder. Definitely check that interview out. There was a lot of little nuggets about Spectacular in there that I don't think anybody had heard up till that point. So with that, thank you very much for joining us. And like I said, have a happy new year, smash cancer, and definitely stay sweaty, folks.